hello. Let's address the elephant in the room. This hair, let's just talk about it because it's there, so let's talk about it. So like my last video, I told you I'm in this like period of regrowth where my hair is growing back, finally. But now I'm kind of dealing with these awkward transitional stages. So my hair's around my face that's trying to grow out to be like normal face framing size, but it's getting caught in this mid-length and it's so awkward. It's so hard to deal with. So every time I wear my hair up, this is what you get. Oh, there we go, we're fine. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a day in the life type idea, or just kind of, not even that, but today we have a snow day. So something that's really funny is in Missouri, especially Springfield, like whenever there's even just like the tiniest little sliver of ice on the ground, they cancel everything. So all my grad classes are canceled today. School's canceled, therefore all subsequent rotations are canceled. So I don't have clinicals today. So instead, we're just kind of having a little relaxed day at home. Just kidding, there's no such thing as relaxing in grad school. I really do appreciate this little snow day type deal because I can finally get started on some homework. So I think the structure of this video, I'm just gonna kind of be talking a little bit about transitioning into like the new grad student life and kind of what that's looking like, as well as my dietetic internship and how that all like intermingles, and then how I'm finding balance, blah, blah, blah. And I'll just kind of go into a little bit of that. Maybe you can come along and study with me a little bit. I can tell you, or I can show you my planner and how I organize my notes, and just whatever we want to do, we gonna do together. Devil Doge. She's a devil Doge. She eats our socks and our underwear and all the things. Hang on a second. Good enough. Just gonna try to use this day to be as productive as possible, but also I thought it was a perfect day to do a video because y'all know my secret little dream upstairs is that one day I could be kind of big on YouTube, and I doubt it's gonna happen, but you know, it's fun, we can try. Actually, I was very shocked at how many of you came and found me on Instagram, my last video about my hair. I had so many girls reach out to me on Instagram and Facebook about like, hey, I saw your video. I found you on here, you know, asking for advice. So maybe I'll do like a follow-up video with some of your questions and talk about that. But I was pleased with how many of you came out of the woodwork. And also just to let you know, like, it's going to be okay. And I'm here for you. And I'll try to send you each like more thorough responses. I know I did like video responses to some of you. But I'll try to maybe do a follow-up video addressing all your questions. It was really only like 5 of you, but still. First, I'm going to kind of just talk about like what's different in my life, and kind of the structure of what I do now, what my life looks like, because before I was working full time and it was very much just like wake up, go to work, come home, hang out, do nothing, go to bed. Now it's like, you know that meme of like Kermit falling off the edge of the building? That's me. Grad school is really not a joke. Like, I know it's kind of obvious, but it's just a lot. And the difference in it is like, in college you had a lot of structure. Like, even, it's funny because in high school they were like, just be careful because college you're not gonna have any structure. But college we had so much structure. Like, and then grad school it's just like like, hey, here's a list of 40 things due on Monday. Like, you could read the directions and there you go, figure it out. Yeah, it's a lot, but my life schedule is kind of different. So I have classes. I have like my actual grad school classes on Mondays, and that's from like 8 to 2 or 8 to 4, depending on if we have like case studies to do. And then we have clinicals, which is Tuesday through Friday. So that's like our dietetic internship portion. So with the dietetic internship, we need a total of, I think it's like 1,200 clinical hours, patient experience, and then we need like so many hours of food service rotations, and then community, and then like outpatient hours. I don't know. That's why the internship's like a whole year. And it's just a very aggressive, just like a very aggressive curriculum. And so since I'm in a dual program, so I'm doing grad school and the internship, it's just like I don't want to make myself sound
like, oh, look at me, I'm doing all this stuff.
But it's just a little harder. Like, it's just a little bit more because you have a little bit extra classwork on top of the rotation. So pretty much my schedule now looks like Monday I go to class, I get home around 2, and then I come home, I do homework till like 9 or 10, go to bed, and then Tuesday through Friday, I'm in the hospital from 8 to 4:30, and then I come home, try to do homework, knock out one assignment per night, go to bed, repeat. And then the weekend I take to study because we usually have an exam or a test. And so really like the idea of a social life is just like non-existent. And I knew that that would be a thing, but it's fine. It's not like we really have many friends here anyway. But yeah, so life is a little hectic. I just kind of wanted to talk about the structure of that, and just kind of, if you are getting accepted into your dietetic internship, just like to know what to expect. It is a lot more self-diligence that is required of you, and just a lot more discipline to like, nobody's there telling you exactly what to do and when. Like, it's kind of like you have to know how to navigate Canvas or whatever mode of communication your professors use, but it's really your deal to like sort it out, figure out when it's due, do the work. So I thought I would just like walk you through an example of what my planner looks like. Okay, so this is my planner. I'm kind of a little obsessed. I made it myself. So there's this website called the Life Planner, and you just like go in and you customize it. You pick your background and tell them like what colors you want, and they customize it for you. So yeah, this is it. I love it. I'll just kind of give you a little tour. So like each month has a little quote on it. Love it. Love it. So nice. The amount of assignments I have, just to give you an idea with grad school. So this is like my schedule. So I go on Canvas about Sunday before the week starts, and I write down everything that's due like the following week. So like, for example, next week I have a behavior project analysis and a paper about it due. I have some critical reading notes and questions that I have to answer about COPD. And then I also have 2 quizzes to take. And I also have, this is so funny, tongue PowerPoint. We're in a micronutrient course. And so every week a group of us has to do a different body region and discuss, like, it's like this big PowerPoint and document where we have to discuss like all of the different lesions that can occur with different micronutrient deficiencies, what the normal structures look like, how to inspect the tongue in clinical practice, like all of this stuff, or inspect the eyes, or like last week we did inspect the hair and nails. So like all sorts of stuff. Fun fact, did you know that Bose lines, which are, if I show you, I actually have some, it's like indents in the nail. Yeah, interesting, I know. When you have these grooves in your nail, it's typically an iron or a zinc deficiency. Hands are disgusting. So it's either usually an iron or a zinc deficiency or a very stressful event in your life. It actually halted the keratinocytes in your nail matrix so that they couldn't multiply anymore and expand to create new nail. And so it stopped growing for a little bit of time, and that's what created that temporary divot. And then it grows out. Isn't that crazy? It's also seen a lot with like protein deficiency and things like that. Anywho, I don't know. It's just a lot. And then this is like my internship. So like, again, I said grad courses are Monday, but then my internship every week. So like last week I was at the hospital with Rochelle, the dietitian. This week I'm with Julie. Next week I'm with Julie. And then the week after that, I'm learning about ICU nutrition, which is called nutrition support. And that's basically tube feeds and how to calculate the formulas that go in them for the patient's needs and all that good stuff. So we're going to do this week where we're going to like learn all the formulas and practice and do case studies and things like that. And the week after that, I think I'm back at the hospital. I'm not sure. I don't have it done yet. We try not to get too ahead of ourselves. This is my setup. It's a little messy, but these are my 2 posters that motivate me every day. Love them. My 2 passions, on the wall. Plant. And she's fake, by the way. My little light, but she's not on. There's just you're always doing something. I mean, really, like, you're in grad school when your biggest goal for your whole week is just to be in bed by 10 and just get 8 hours. We can do that. We're sailing. So that's my planner, how I organize things. I also have, I'll kind of show you. I also have like this, I can't turn my camera, but this big whiteboard where I write all my assignments that are due on there too. It's nice to have it in multiple places. I also use Google Calendar. just so it's all that reinforcement, like, hey, this is due, don't forget, you know, that's just kind of how it works out for me. On top of that, so that's kind of my new routine. So I'm pretty much going Monday through Friday, all day long, morning to night, homework, rotation, schoolwork, all that, classes, lectures, and then weekends I'm studying. I also work at the cafe still, so sometimes I serve on the weekends, just to kind of keep racking in that dough. Gotta provide for my fam. Yeah, so Garrett doesn't have a closet. Let's just, maybe I'll cut this out. We have a little situation. Oh, another update. So over the past, like, I would say 2 years, 3 years, well, ever since my junior year of college, I took human physiology and anatomy. The amount of passion and excitement I had in those classes, just compared to other people, like so many people around me, like my peers dreaded it, hated it, thought it was so hard. And I was just constantly like so confused. Like, how can you hate this stuff? It's so cool. And so I kind of realized then, like, okay, this is obviously something maybe my brain was just designed to click with, or maybe something that I was just created for, whatever. I don't know, it sounds so stupid, but it's always like been in the back of my mind. Like I was like, well, like I'm still gonna do the dietitian thing. I'm still gonna go do my internship, get my credentials, become an RD, but like maybe down the road I'll do something more specific to the field of physiology. And it's not that there isn't physiology in nutrition. We deal with different pathologies every day, all day. Like in the hospital, we're constantly thinking through the pathology of, like, the most common ones we see is like diabetes, type 2 basically, sometimes type 1, but like COPD, CHF, chronic heart failure, kidney disease. Like there's a lot of pathologies we do need to know and understand like medication reactions with the food that they're eating, and just kind of tailor everything accordingly. So there is a lot of science involved. But my like true passion, I think, and I still believe this, and it's kind of crazy to say, but because here I am like in my dietetic internship, but I think my true passion, even above nutrition, is like just the study of the human body. So like anatomy and physiology. And so this past year when I took a year off, it was a lot of back and forth of like, well, should I just go like change complete course and go to PA school? And like really I was set on that for a while. I was like looking up schools, calling schools, really considering just like canceling this and then going and doing PA. But then I was like, no, my professors and I chatted, and it was like, you're already this far in, like you might as well finish. And like I am passionate about nutrition. Like it is something I think it will definitely help me in the long run, because there's so much like research about nutrition, the impact on health and disease coming out now. And so I think I will stick with this because I think it's going to be so beneficial. But like ultimately after like I would say 7-8 months of like really battling with this, like I think everybody kind of goes through this like little quarter-life crisis of like, oh, am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Is this what I want to do? Like I've invested so much money into it. And it kind of came to this place where I was like, okay, what can I do that's still going to allow me to like be a dietitian and like still flourish in that career, but also fulfill this like desire? Because I know it's a desire. I would even argue it's an extrinsic desire. I definitely think it's an extrinsic desire. Like God is putting it in my heart to learn more about the human body. And for one of many reasons, primarily because he created it. And I truly don't think there's any other concept. I'm sure you could argue, but in my opinion, I truly don't think there's any other subject or concept or process of learning something besides physiology that communicates God's attention to detail and brilliant mind and perfect design more than it does. That sentence was so run on. Like I really think that human physiology is the most beautiful image we have, an example of a blueprint sort of into what God is capable of in like his creation. It's just when you learn about the intricacy of the human body and the hormonal system and the regulation of homeostasis and how all the organs communicate together and work in synergy, it's incredible. It's crazy. And so like that's where my passion comes from. It's not so much about like, oh, I just think it's cool and it's scientific. It's like, this is like God. Like this is Christ in a subject that I can learn about. I do think it's a desire put in my heart by him. And so after talking to a lot of mentors and reaching out to professors and like calling some schools, I finally got it down, packed. The plan is there, and it might change, and obviously that's a thing. That's up to God. But as of right now, my plan is I am going to finish out this master's degree and internship. So by next May, I'll be a dietitian. I'll be done with my internship. I'll have my master's in nutrition diagnostics. But then after that, I'm going to go on for just another year. And this is still up in the air. I might do it part-time for 2 years or the whole year and then start working. But I'm going to get my credentials to be a professor, and specifically an adjunct professor. So I'm not going to get my doctorate to be a PhD professor, but I am going to go and get the credentials. It's like 22 credits to be an adjunct professor. And basically what an adjunct does is they have a full-time career in something else, but they do attend a university about 2 days a week or 2 nights a week, and they teach an introductory course of any subject. The only thing is you need 18 credits of that specific subject in like a master's degree, or like in that kind of area or scope. And so that's where I do have some physiology credits here and anatomy credits, but after this I'll still have about like 16 more to get in physiology specifically. So whatever that is, I'm going to sign up for my classes in a couple months, but I'll be taking just that amount of credits in physiology and anatomy. And then I'm also going to need some teaching credits. When I have all of that done, I will be able to apply to tech colleges or universities for any adjunct openings to be an introductory to physiology and anatomy professor. When that dawned on me and I realized I could do it, and like I reached out to people and they were like, yeah, this is a thing, like this is a track, like you can do it. I was like, well, Lord be good, because that is perfect. So that's the new plan, that's the new track, the trajectory, and I'm so full thinking about it. Like it just fills my heart. It makes me so excited just to envision myself teaching this amazing, beautiful subject, and getting really excited about it. So that's that, and I thought that would just be really cool to share and be vulnerable. Yeah, keep an eye on me, because Professor Soph coming to you 2023. So I think for now I'm just going to do my critical reading notes, and basically what this is in graduate school is you're given a list of like 10 to 15 research articles, and there's a bunch of concepts and questions to critically think through, and you have to like sift through the articles to find the answers. You have to cite the articles, and then you just have to answer it in your own words, put any relevant information, and then you have to on the side like write your critical thoughts about it. In other words, you just have to really break it down, question it, challenge it, apply it to practice, things like that. And so, yeah, like we did sarcopenia and cachexia. Then we did nutrition and muscle loss in the context of like ICU patients and infection and sepsis. And this week is COPD, which is just a condition of chronic inflammation of the lungs. So we're going to answer all that. But yeah, that's that. I'm just going to get these assignments done. Gonna sip my coffee and listen to some music and get my assignments done. And maybe this week, I don't know, I think it would maybe be more interactive if I did like weekly vlogs, like just compiled my week in one video and just did clips throughout the week, like me rotating at the hospital or doing clinicals, or just kind of walking through like my internship, because I know there's like so little dietetic intern vlogs on YouTube. And I remember in college, like the dietetic internship was such a big deal. Like that was your culminating moment. If you got into the dietetic internship, you did something right. And so your whole undergrad, you were working towards this internship acceptance. And now like then in your undergrad, you're looking on YouTube or trying to find other people describing their experience, and there's just like nothing out there. So maybe I would do like a dietetic internship week in my life, or kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to do some homework, and you can study with me if you want, and then we'll wrap up the vlog. She loves Garrett's pants. Hi. No, the little snort. Yeah, are you tired? Watches me. You're so sweet. Okay, I have to show you this. So part of a dietitian's job is to do physical examinations on patients to see any marked obviousness of like micronutrient and macronutrient deficiencies. But some of these nail issues are so, I'm sorry, this is terrible, but they're so funny. Okay, so let me just show you. Okay, this is a spoon nail, coilonica, and it literally is where your nail grows like concavely up like this. And it's usually with iron deficiencies, but it looks like you have little spoons on your finger. Ah, could eat soup with that. Leukionica, which is white spotting, and there's so many different kinds of it. Like sometimes it's polka dotty, and that's like zinc. But then also there's like big fat spots, which is selenium, like this. Like you can have full white blocks on your nails, which is crazy. This is splinter hemorrhaging. This is really scary. It's where your blood underneath your nails, your blood vessels rupture and you get hemorrhages under your nail bed. That's vitamin C. And then Bowes line. So this is what I was talking about before. This is what I have, man. This is typically due to like protein deficiencies, iron, things like that, or malabsorption issues. This is literally what my nails look like. There's one on here in particular that makes me just lose my mind. Where'd it go? Longitudinal ridging is like a normal thing with age. It's nothing wrong with it. But this thing literally says sausage link beading. Excuse me? Ain't I ever telling a patient, hey, you've got some sausage link nails. It's because of this, they think it looks like sausages. That's so funny. It's scary actually, because you get like, your nails like blow up. It gets better. There's one more. What is that? In all seriousness, very serious stuff, but like, come on. This one, y'all, I can't. Look at that. Look at it. Oh, I can't. That's it for my immature lesson on nails. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wrap it up because I could literally keep you guys here forever. You could watch me do my homework all day if you wanted, but I don't think you want to. So bear with me. This is my first like school related video, but I think I'm gonna get into more of a routine of just having it be clips without me talking. So you can see throughout my week like what I do and just kind of go from there. So yeah, guys, you have a great day. Enjoy your day, stay positive, work hard, and I will see you later.